Hey beauties, it's IngieBeauty with my Valentine's Day makeup tutorial. It's just a matte eye with a bold lip, and I would recommend wearing something kind of light colored, light tone like this. This is just a dress that I've had. Kind of cute with the little straps, two straps here. I got this from Nasty Gal. I would just recommend wearing something like that, and like I said, I tried to do full coverage and a glow. You want a glow definitely that night. I hope you all have a good Valentine's Day, and if you'd like to see how to get this look, then just keep on watching.
Here I'm just taking my Urban Decay primer potion in the original shade, and I'm just putting that on both lids just to use that as a primer, or a base rather, for my eyeshadow. Now I'm going into the Nudes palette by Maybelline, and I'm taking that charcoal, almost gray looking color, and I'm putting that on both lids, and then I'm going to take that dark brown and put that in my crease. Ideally, I would use a light brown on my lid and the darker brown in my crease, but I didn't have a light brown on hand. I usually use Too Faced Chocolate, the regular chocolate palette, and there's a light brown in there. I typically use that, but I'm actually fresh out because I use that every day, so I'm just using what I have on hand. Just use whatever you have that's close to your skin tone and make it work. Now I'm just taking that black from that same palette, and I'm just going to apply that to the line right where my crease is, kind of just to darken that up and give it a more defined look, but still a natural look. Now I'm taking my Maybelline Baby Skin Primer, and that's just an instant pore eraser, and I'm applying that everywhere before I apply my concealer and foundation. Here I'm going in with a MAC Cosmetics concealer, and this is in dark, so it just kind of, on the back it covers what skin tones it matches, but you just get whichever one matches your skin tone. And with this, I'm just taking that orange. I had a recent breakout, so I get blemishes really bad when I break out. So just the really dark, obvious blemishes, I'm going to go ahead and put that orange on there to kind of cancel that out so it doesn't show underneath my foundation, or at least not as much. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a regular color, so closest to my skin tone concealer, and put it over top of that afterwards. So I'm just going to blend that in a little bit just to not leave any obvious marks where I use that concealer. I don't want it to show where the concealer was. And here I'm taking my favorite foundation as of right now, and that's Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in the color Saddlewood. And I'm just applying that all over, and I love that this foundation is very buildable. So what I'll do is I'll put this on, and areas where I see that I need more coverage, I'll go ahead and add more to it, because you can't take any away, so it's better to start with a little and build up. And make sure you get at your jawline if you're not one to apply foundation to your neck, just so it's not obvious if it's not a perfect match with your face and your neck. suck up some of that oil throughout the night. For concealer, I have a new favorite. This is Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum. And this is just their concealer, and this is in the color 13. It was really affordable, and I really just like how this gives me more of a highlight because it's a little bit light, but I really like how it looks in the end once I blend it out. And so you're just going to use your beauty blender, and you're just going to blend that out. And if you see that you need any more in certain areas, you can always, just like I said with the foundation, build on that. So once I see that my eye needed a little more, I just added some until I get to that desired look. To contour, I'll be using my MAC concealer palette, and I know concealer to contour, yes. It's kind of like a cream contour in my book. I know it's a little hack or cheat that I use, and it works for me. Try it out and tell me how you like it. Comment below. But I'm just going to go ahead and apply this, and I'm just going to take my beauty blender and blend this out. And sometimes I blend to a point where you can't even see it anymore, but I just don't like it to be too dark because then I feel like it just looks really unnatural and it does not fit me. It looks good for some, but for me, it suits me well when I blend it in and kind of make it look like my skin just has that dimension naturally. For blush, I'll be using NYX Cheek Contour Duo, and this is in the shade Wine and Dine. I think this is so cute. It's in the cutest little packaging. I'm pretty sure this is by another YouTuber. It looked like it, and it's just really affordable, and it's cute because it's got the blush and the complementing contour. So if you get to your local Ulta, be sure to pick that up. I absolutely love it. Now I'm just taking my Rimmel, and this is just their bronzer actually, but it's just a lot lighter than my skin tone. It's in 021 Sunlight, and I'm just going to use that to set that concealer. And now I'm just taking any of the shimmery colors. At first I took the lighter shimmer, and then I took the more gold tone from that palette, and I just went ahead and used that as a highlight in my inner corner. And now for our glow, I'm going to be taking L'Oreal True Match Lumi Liquid Glow Illuminator Highlighter, Prime Highlighter in N201 Rose. And I'm just going to be putting that on the high points of my cheeks and my nose. And I'm just going to be using that as a primer for my actual highlighter. And I find that I get a really nice highlight and sun-kissed look when I prime first and then use my highlighter. For a highlighter, I'll be using Makeup Forever Pro Sculpting Duo. And this is in the shade 2. And I'm just going to go ahead and put that right over where I used that L'Oreal True Match Lumi. Now, I want to look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed for this look, so I'm actually going to be skipping eyeliner because sometimes eyeliner closes my eyes up. My eyes aren't that big, so I'm just going to be going straight to my mascara, which is L'Oreal Voluminous in Carbon Black, and I'm going to be applying this to the top lashes as well as the bottom. This one's a little dried out. I grabbed the wrong one. I have a couple different ones, but you want to use one that's not dried out, and that way you get to grab those bottom lashes really well, especially if you're like me and you have very few hairs down there. using the dark tone. I just like to use the dark tone because sometimes the other colors will show even when you put them on, and the dark tone is just a good one to use. And I'm using my favorite drugstore lashes, which are the Ardell Double Up. And I think that when you're not doing eyelashes, or eyeliner rather, it's nice to have some fluttery lashes that'll just waken your eyes up. And I'm just using here the highlight that I used, so the Makeup Forever highlight, and I'm just applying that right under my brow bone. And I forgot to mention earlier, for my brows I use NYX eyebrow gel, and this is waterproof, long-lasting, smudge-proof, and this was only like $6.99, and this was my first time trying it out, and I absolutely love it. If you're on a budget and you're looking for something to fill your eyebrows in with, pick this up and get an e.l.f. brush for $3 at your local Target, and you're set. You're good to go. So here I'm just applying those lashes, kind of blowing for them to dry and putting them on. After I kind of fan my lips and let them dry, I'm going to be using my lip color, which I'll be using Tarte, and this is Tarte's Lip Paint in the shade Frenemy, and I love it. I love the color, I love the shade, but I will say that if you think that this is a liquid lipstick, which I kind of did, it's not really a liquid lipstick because it'll kind of move throughout the night. So if you plan on being lovey during a movie or something like that, just know if you get a dark or deep color like this, it's gonna transfer. Unless maybe you can try blotting it out, but when I pressed my lips together with this, I don't know if you can tell or not, but it kind of moves the color. So if you can think of a way to apply that to where it doesn't move as much, let me know. I just set my makeup with the Urban Decay De-Slick makeup spray, and that's just a setting spray, oil control, and fix my hair, and you're good to go.